Hi guys, my name is Tommy Dorflinger. Today I'm going to be discussing the game of darts. I'm going to be discussing how I got into the game and why I think it's a wonderful hobby for everyone. I'm also going to introduce you to a steel tip dartboard and the components that make up the dartboard itself. And then I'm going to dive into my darts and show you the different components of the darts and the purpose for different things. So first things first, I have been playing darts competitively for about 5 years. Altogether about 7 years throwing darts. Just kind of randomly fell upon the sport at a bar that I was at. My roommate and I were there just enjoying a couple beers and decided we were bored, so we started playing on a soft tip dartboard. As we continue to do this, day after day or week after week, we noticed some progression in our game, and with that we decided to go buy just a cheap set of Kmart darts just to have our own, kind of look cool. So from there, having some regular equipment to throw, we noticed our game tremendously get better in a real quick amount of time. So this got us going into different tournaments, local leagues, and now we're at the point where we actually travel out of state to go play darts. I know he's been to Vegas. We went down to Kentucky this past summer. So a couple different places that we went to play. Darts is a wonderful hobby. First things first, it doesn't discriminate. Anyone can play darts, from young kids to the elderly, as long as you have the time to just go and throw the dart at the board. So let's get into the actual dartboard. Everything I'll be discussing today is steel tip. There's a steel tip version of darts, and then there's a soft tip version of darts. Very comparable. There's a couple small differences, but we're going to focus on steel today. So first things first is our dartboard. You'll notice the different numbers around the board. They range from number 1 to number 20. 20 is always on the top, so that's how you know your board is set up the proper way. So with the dartboard, you see different colors, different segments, different things going on here. So we're going to focus just on the number 20 right here in front of you as an easy example. So if you look at the number 20, you have these black segments here on top, this larger one here, and then the skinnier one right in this area. These are worth 20 points a piece. This is a single 20. So you hit anywhere in this black space here and you get 20 points. This outer ring that runs around the entire dartboard, whether it be green or red, is worth double. So again, focusing on the 20, if you put a dart in this red rectangle up on the top of the board, that's actually worth 40 points. Lastly, you have your trip ring, which is this inside ring right here that goes around the entire board. Again, this is triple the points, so focusing on the 20, instead of getting 20, if you land it in this smaller rectangle right here, you actually get 60 points. So on this piece of dartboard alone, the maximum score you can get in one turn, which is 3 darts, is 180 points, and that's if you put 3 darts in the triple 20 area. If you focus on the center of the dartboard, you'll notice you have a green circle and a red dot. Those are your bullseyes. The green area is a single bullseye. The red area in the middle is a double bullseye. Those are worth 25 points for the green and 50 points for the red, respectively. So that is your dartboard setup, just very basic. Next, I'm going to get into the parts of the dart itself. So again, showing you this here. This is actually one of the darts that I throw. This is my setup here. So let me discuss the different components of the dart. First things first, let's set this down, is the flight. All right, this is the more or less the feather, if you go back to olden days, that go on the darts, or like similar to the feather on an arrow if you shoot archery. And so these come in many different shapes, sizes, colors, materials. And what this does is it more or less slows down your dart, or will determine how your dart flies through the air. So most of the things when discussing the dart itself is all going to be a comfort thing, or just what you preference. You can do a lot of different things with these. Again, different colors, shapes, sizes, different materials that make a big difference. So again, it's all based on preference. The next part of the dart, I'm just going to focus in here, is this black area right here, and this is the shaft. Again, with these, different lengths, different colors, different materials. The one I happen to throw is a carbon shaft, so it's a little bit more durable than a plastic. It's not supposed to crack. And actually, I find that it doesn't bend or do anything that way either, so it's definitely my preference here. The barrel, this is the bread and butter of your dart right here. This is the weight. This is pretty much what flies it through the air weight-wise. If you'll notice on mine, you have many different grooves and different patterns throughout the dart. Every dart is different. So again, if you're just beginning, your best bet is to go find something and just throw it consistently. The more you throw, the more you'll find your preference on the different barrels, different weights, different lengths of the barrel. Now when it comes to the shaft and the barrel, what I would always recommend is that if you're throwing a longer barrel, you'd want a shorter shaft, and vice versa. If you throw a shorter barrel, you'd want a longer shaft, just so that the dart flies nicely through the air. Last part that we'll focus on with my dart is the point right here. Now this is a steel tip point, not necessarily that sharp, but you'll notice on mine I have some little ridges in here, which just help it stick into the board a little better. Again, with those you have different types: smooth, rough, long, short. So you just have to find something that fits your hand and your throw to find out what you feel comfortable with. Lastly, I'd just like to say that darts, again, is one of those games that anybody can play. It's always fun. You can go to the bar with friends, family, set it up in your house. I know here personally we have, I think, 4 or 5 dartboards set up at home. So you can do it anywhere, anytime. Matter of fact, last year we even went camping and it was a cold day, so instead of going out on the boat, we hung a dartboard from a tree and just played darts all day. But the biggest thing with any sport or competition is practice, practice, practice. The only way you're going to get better, the only way you're going to find which setup is best for you is by throwing, and the more you throw, the more comfortable you get in your release and how you grip the dart and everything. And again, just have fun with it. So to conclude, we got the different parts of the dart. I introduced you to the very basics of the steel tip dartboard and why I think darts is a great game. So please enjoy, have fun, and keep throwing. Thank you.